how are you? I'm very well, thank you.
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for speaking to me. Congratulations on this new season of Ghost in the Power Book universe. So perhaps if we could start by you giving us sort of a brief introduction for those that may be kind of new to the series or are coming back to it. What is the Power Book Ghost season three all about? What can viewers expect?
Well, the show is a continuation from Power, which was our flagship original series that was about a family that is sort of living dual lives. The life of a loving family that also is dealing with crime. So we continue that on in the Ghost series, and season three only ramps up what we've seen in the past, where you're dealing with families who are trying to stay together, trying to make sure that they don't break their family bond, but also dealing with the challenges of running an underworld and a crime family, and being able to see this through the eyes of a young man played by Michael Rainey Jr., Tariq, in his just growth as a young adolescent, trying to find a way in the world without repeating some of the sins of his past, father, mother. But the real question is, like, is he really the second coming of those uh, who set up the world for him? And myself, I play Councilman Tate, who's a person who's no nonsense and who will stop at nothing to climb the political ladder. He will do anything to accomplish his goals. What's interesting about our season three is really about the real question of, does perception versus reality. Where's the truth in that? You know what I mean? Is perception really what we're all about, versus that reality? Again, the duality that we will continue to see in our theme. And my character certainly is a person that he's perceived as one way, but behind closed doors, he's something else. And you'll get a chance to see a lot more of that in season three. So I hope those who have not seen our show will tune in. You will love this show. This is fire. This is what we be doing. And all the Power fans and family who've been supporting us, shout out to y'all. We thank you.
Obviously, what is it about this part where you play Councilman Rashi Tate? So, what is it about this part that from the very beginning appealed to you, and obviously has carried on appealing to you to play this?
I love the duality. I love the fact that he positions himself as being a person of the people, being a voice to the voiceless. His intentions are to really find ways to get a community to come together, to find ways to make sure that people who may not have the things that they need can have those things. But he's also a guy who will strike deals behind closed doors that sort of contradicts all the great things that he's sort of representing. And it's kind of nice to be able to play that. And when I first got casted to be in this show, I was just open to wherever they wanted me to go, right? And they trusted my instincts. They trusted my choices, and they began to write towards the things that I would bring to the table. Again, he would come in, he was shining and having a good time. He's always smiling, hugging everybody. I wanted to present a politician who was likable, right? He had a sense of charm. And I think that is something that is appealing when you can have a political figure who is charming in some way or has something that would attract you to them. Most politicians were kind of turned off, like the everyday person who may not really, think about politics, or politics don't really speak to them. How can I get those people's attention? How can I get them intrigued in what I'm doing? And so I felt like when he walks into a room, he's going to show up. He's going to come in and he's going to be big. And I wanted to score every scene. Every time I showed up, I was like, I got to score. I have to be in it and stay committed. Whether you love him or you hate him, stay committed. And that's what I love about playing this character.
Oh, thank you. And obviously, this time round, you kind of see glimpses of reigniting your past romantic relationship with Stanfield's new Professor Harper, played by Keisha Knighton. What was that like to work with her and kind of build that relationship on screen with her?
It was nice. Keisha's incredibly talented. I'm happy to know that as we go along with Rashad's journey, we get a chance to see some of his past. And that past will allow us to understand why he is the way he is, why he makes some of the choices, whether they're unpopular, based on public opinion or not. It really gives us a better sense of a person that we haven't really gotten a chance to see in the past. We kind of see a lot of his shenanigans and, this devious person, but for a moment we can really take him serious. And I think that's something that will certainly be present and resonate. And I think sometimes you have to do that from people of your past or someone that you may have a real connection with, a mental or spiritual, emotional connection that allows us to see human sides of characters. And Keisha, as Professor Bennett, will represent that as well.
Yeah, I think you really see that actually. Also, can you talk about your dynamic with Tariq in this? How can viewers expect that to play out between you guys?
So I gotta say that Michael, who plays Tariq, has grown into really a fantastic actor. He's always been fantastic, but really leading the show in a way that we would only expect and hope. And he's doing a fantastic job. What you'll see, I think, in season 3, more of the question: is he becoming more like his father, James St. Patrick from the Power series? Or is he really his own man, his own person? And that's one of those things that my character, Councilman Tate, will always ask. And he's thinking in the back of his mind as I'm dealing with him, and when I get the calls or whatever that is this the second coming of James St. Patrick? And so they have a very interesting relationship this season, and you'll get a chance to see a lot more camera time with myself and Michael, who plays Tariq. So it's going to be exciting.
And I think in terms of location, New York couldn't be more amazing. Were there any kind of standout moments from filming this time round? Or any challenges in kind of filming this season?
Well, just in general, just sticking to some of the protocols, we had to, deal with some of the protocols as we were filming through the pandemic. And we made sure that all that was done. Aside from that, I mean, just being in New York, it's just a great character in its own right. You understand the fact that we are placed in a location that has every walk of life imaginable. And I think that the show does a really fine job at highlighting that and representing that. So for me, I mean, just anytime that we can work in the element, anytime that we can work in the city, is always nice. It's interesting because the show is so big that when people see us working, like they don't care that we're filming. They start talking to us like listen, like if we're on the streets, people who are fans are going to talk to us while we're in the scenes. Like, if you were to show up, you kind of know what it is. And no, they don't care. And so it's like they say, yo, Tariq, oh, Councilman Tate, it's like, yo, what's up, my guy? What up, my guy? And it's that kind of energy. That was some of the things that stick out to me oftentimes, that our fans don't care, but it's just to the power, no pun intended, of what the show means to so many people.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been like, cuts, take again, someone else has spoken to you. So obviously the Power universe is known for all these huge plot twists and like grand finales. Is there kind of some of that viewers can kind of expect this time around? And do you think there'll be any kind of reveals to Ghost? Because even after the first 3 episodes, things aren't always what they seem, are they?
Things aren't always what they seem. There's definitely going to be some answers to last season's sort of cliffhanger and what was, they're going to, try to address some of that this season. And then there's just going to be, some new things that will appear. There will be some new characters that will be introduced that fit really nicely in our world, very seamlessly, but just nicely. It just really elevates our show in the storytelling. And there's going to be some big aha and gotcha moments as well. Yeah, it wouldn't be Power if we didn't do that. We have to.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to me today. Thank you very much. It's been a complete pleasure. I loved it, and I hope everyone loved it as much as me. Thank you very much.
Likewise, I appreciate it.